Hey guys, I'm back with another quick episode of I Am Legion 2 development. My name is Jason, the creator of I Am Legion for Dying Light 1 and 2, and I just wanted to create a quick video showing how we're going to tackle a few more things that people have been asking for this week, and also I'm going to continue on with my custom content creation. So let me go ahead and set this up with the Discord. I also forgot to shut my door, so give me 1 second. Let me go shut that, I'll be right back. Me set up this streaming here on the going development channel. Maybe shoot a message over to someone that was requesting here. So I was trying to set up a second ago the split for the audio. I know that there's been some audio doubling, and so I'm going to continue to try to sort that out so that's no longer an issue. Sorry for the videos where
Hello?
that was an issue. Hey, Hypnotic, how's it going?
Well, and yourself?
Doing good. I'm trying to get this thing set up. Sorry, I was trying to cut down on the audio doubling that happens on here for the videos. I know that it's been bad a couple of times, but I still haven't quite gotten it figured. So I'm guessing the best way to do it is just if everybody goes to push to talk for now, so that way um, it's not as much of a problem.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and mute myself.
All right, appreciate it, man. Alrighty. So what we're going to be looking at really quick is I know one of the things that's come up a couple of times is the flashlight in Dying Light 2. So back in Dying Light 1, and it's good actually to see that this was already pulled up. So in Dying Light 1, they had the concept of a flashlight that would, I don't know if they called it flashlight. Let me see if it's flashlight in this one. They had this idea of a flashlight. Yeah, it is super light. That's what it was. That would turn on for a couple of seconds and then it would start to fade or dim, and then you had to turn it back on when it dimmed out. I believe that's how that went. So basically, we're looking really quickly at can we do something similar? And this should be over in scripts. And what I did is I'm pulling up the first game really quick so I can just review how they have some of these things set up in the first game to see if they're calling anything similar in the second game. So it's going to be over in the inventory, flashlight, and basically I think what they had was a high and a low for the dim, and then can regenerate. So that basically most of the things they had set up for this was regeneration and based on a float value that gets weaker over time. And so probably most of that's not going to be useful, but we'll just have that up in case we need it. And let me make sure, pull this up over here. Let me make sure that I'm on my live channel as well in case people ask questions on there. And let's pull up another Sublime editor here. So back here on. Sorry, can you say that one more time? You're breaking up a little bit there.
Oh, sorry. I was asking if you're going to be uploading this video later, just in case anybody wants to reference it.
Absolutely. So I'm live streaming now. It gets saved on YouTube, so it'll all be online.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So let's see. It's going to be in the inventory folder. Actually, I think it might be in prototype. Let me find all the references to the flashlight in Dying Light 2. And kind of the hope here is that the UV flashlight actually works how we want the regular flashlight to work. So let's see if we can just utilize the UV flashlight. Editor, still loading. Quite a lot of scripts for the flashlight here. I know they had a lot of AI reaction code in here as well, so that's probably where a lot of this is coming from. So, and I'm actually going to leave this one up. Well, let's see, skinned mesh, I'm going to leave that one up as well. And then they have actually a logic script here for the flashlight that is in the presets logic folder. The only problem with that is that the logics folder doesn't actually work, or the logic folder. So far, everything I've tested for the human AI and all that, it's a completely useless folder. So, not sure if this is going to help us out at all, but this has the concept of a duration, so that's potentially something that we could pull up or search for. So let's just keep going here. I missed it for sure. It's going to be in the inventory scripts. Prototypes. They have the collectible. So the prototype one. So let's bring up prototypes. And then we'll also bring up special. The DLC as well. So let's start with prototypes. Flashlight. Have the idea of a UV cannon, which is fun. And then they have flashlight presets, which that probably will come in handy. So this is kind of where it gets tricky is, and something, the reason that I kind of wanted to record this out, and I actually noticed that my mic's a little low here, so I'm going to try to boost that up a little bit, make sure that you guys can hear me okay. And also check my volume mixer to make sure that this is picking me up okay.
I'm hearing you perfectly well.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it just looks a little low on my mixer there, so should be fine though. Okay, and so as I was saying, this is kind of like, this is why I wanted to record, and this is why I'm usually recording, is this is where it usually gets you, is that they have like the concept of what you think the whole thing is not always there, because they actually, so here they have this idea of a generator recharge per second, and then also they have a generator recharge enabled method that's being called. And so whatever this method is being called right here is probably uncommon to enable recharging battery using a generator. So yeah, battery recharge enabled. There you go. So say enable reloading flashlight with batteries. It's literally lined out. So I'm not sure if the UV, I mean, I'm sure this is the UV, this says UV cannon, but I have seen also where they does say UV flashlight. So basically all we have to do now is probably find the actual flashlight, and then probably just add these methods to it, and it'll probably work. We could probably also pull up these methods to find out. So I'll have this searching in the background to actually find these methods while we're going. Let me make sure there's nothing else. Sensor stuff. Do that. And let's go ahead and do a search there. We'll have that going. And then, so that was in prototypes. We say special, let's say flashlight, So they also have the attachable flashlight. Um, the attachable flashlight might be the one that is actually being used by the player. Mounted. I think someone also before was saying that like they were trying to set up these shadows, the cast shadows using this light. And I very briefly, I didn't have a ton of time to look into it with them, but the problem that they were having is that the flashlight is actually being bound to a skeleton, so it's actually being put onto the player skeleton and slightly behind the torso. And so when they turned on the ability to cast shadows, which is doable, it would just cast the player's torso into the world. And so they were having no luck with that. And based on what I've been seeing so far, that's actually what I'm playing with a lot right now, is this concept of like, well, if you want the if you want to bind a mesh to a different area of the body, what are your options? And most of that is pre-baked into the game. So I don't know how much of that is doable, but potentially if cast shadows is still something that people are wanting to do, I see it pop up every now and then. But potentially while we're looking at this, we might be able to find some solutions for that too. The exterior, so this is just the attachable flashlights. Not sure what that is, to be honest. And then they've got a UV flashlight.
Regarding the flashlight casting shadows, I'm actually there's something that does that on the Nexus, but it keeps it activated all the time.
Sorry, your mic's still breaking up a little bit. I think it's just getting a lot of feedback from.
We checked it out as well.
Okay, yeah, if you don't mind, just because I'm getting a lot of warble on the line there. I didn't pick up everything you said. Sorry about that. We've got the UV flashlight. The UV flashlights. Something. Method. It's got to be there. So it's calling a method that doesn't show on that one script. So if we go here, could be potentially, I've got my bare bones version versus the full version. I don't think everything else is like prefabs and stuff like that. But if we go here and we type in that's the only instance here. Where else did it find it? Inventory special. Yeah, so it's calling a method that you can't actually get to, but the fact that it has the like battery recharge enabled, that might actually be something, another feature that they were going to set up that they haven't yet. Let me pull up your chat here so I can see what you were mentioning. For the shadow, for enabling the shadow, there's actually a mod that does it on the Nexus, but it keeps your light on 24/7. Huh. Wonder why that is. That doesn't sound very fun. See. All of those are all of the ones that I've seen in these two ones are the actual UV flashlights because they're also set up as game tools. The one that I think it actually might be is this attachable flashlight because it also has an inventory mesh. I mean, it's easy enough to find out. I mean, all we have to do here is, let's see, inventory special. That should be. Let's see if I already have that in the mod. Might already have that script pulled in. Yeah. All I have to do is go in here and say attachable flashlight intensity. Set that to go to 1 to 50. Probably a bit much, but say like maybe 10. We won't. That need to be super obvious. Full light intensity. We'll set this to like 12, and then we'll just hit save. And yeah, I should be able to pull that up and test really quick, and that should show pretty quickly. Make sure this is saving. I think this is probably in the wrong one. Learned that one the hard way, is not even to waste time launching into the game until you confirm that Git sees the change, because there's just so many times that I've accidentally saved into the extracted files and not into the actual one, and then thought it didn't work for whatever reason. Good old user error. Give me 1 second. I've got something going on with my screens here. Concerned about what that is. Let's see. pH source. Second. everything that the player is wearing. If I can find this concept of flashlight preset. Okay, yeah, so it's going into the logic. To the range. But I wonder if this logic file is actually going to work. Let's see, so the source goes over here. That would be another chance to check out the logic files and see if any of these actually do anything. I was super excited when I found these files way back. Matter of fact, I even saved this one because I'm sure I was excited to see that it was in here, but I've seen before where these don't actually do anything. So let's do a quick test here to see if they do something. And then also, I'm having some issues with my screens. My screens are flickering on and off for some reason. I'll have to stop here in a second and go find out what on earth is going on with my screen cable that's going bad or something. Let's see. Presets. Hey, Shoxy, Shoxy on the YouTube stream. Sorry if I butchered your name there. I was seeing that a second ago that it looked like the mic was a little low. Is that still the case? Test. There we go. Again, kind of hard to tell. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. Let's see, revive dusk. No, that's still normal. Let's see. Down there on the fourth slot, there is that concept down in the UI, down at the very bottom there, showing that the flashlight's on or off. This one is kind of hard to tell. The intensity is brighter or not there.
Always eager to punish.
Actually, I was going to say to save a little bit of time, I could look at that shadows file, but I'm pretty sure that's using the render effects, not the actual files. Do you have a link to the one that works? I know I've seen a couple of people attempting to get the flashlight shadows working. If you have an example of that, or if you know the link, I can just test that, or at least see what values they're modifying for the flashlights. And then I guess let me try to see about this screen. Hey Hossein, how's it going today? Thanks for joining on the YouTube stream. Let's see if that works a little bit better. Apologize, guys. Had a screen issue on here that's kind of new. Okay, no problem. So what we're looking at for the viewers on the YouTube is that a couple of people have mentioned the flashlight recharging, and so I was trying to quickly look and see if there was a way to tap into how the flashlights are being used by the system, and see if we can set that up pretty quickly here. The challenge that I'm running into is that a lot of these files that they're linked to, for example, the one that I have open right now is a .pre file. And based on what I'm seeing, the .pre files are pre-generated, and you can't update these. So if it is linked to these types of files, then you're pretty much out of luck. And then I've been trying to look and see what other flashlights are available. There are a couple of other flashlights here. And they have the concept of a flashlight on. Punchable flashlight. I'm betting that is like an actual model that goes on somebody inside the world. But if I search, yeah. So we have the Discord community channel set up. So I usually stream that out for the Discord users. So I have that going live as well, and so that is currently going as well. Let me see if this is like a. This is starting to feel more like a driver issue. Because it's like when I bring up certain things, this are freaking out. Really weird. I've never actually had my screens doing all this before. But if you follow the links there, Shoxy, yes, I did. So the blue viral is gone as of the latest version. So he's no longer in there, and then gotten quite a few new updates along with the ability to create custom content for the game. So that's the new exciting update, and I'm continuing to look at what content I can create for the game, and I'm creating a couple of new armor sets and that kind of thing currently, and hoping to get that out here very soon. See. Well, it was not that. My screens are still flickering for whatever reason. Yeah, so this is actually just the effects. So it's just the light effect. Like my secondary screen is flickering on and off so bad that I can't actually see it. To stop the stream here in a second to figure out what's going on here. Thanks, Hosen. So currently, I have a playthrough that I'm working on with Ultimate. So I'm currently using Ultimate Survivor to do my stream playthrough, but I've thought about switching over to Survivor so that people could see what that looked like. But basically, trying to see for the ultimate difficulty if that is actually too intense, or if there's parts of the game that are unplayable due to it being on ultimate difficulty, excuse me there. And so I'm currently trying to work on that one. But yeah, hopefully here in the near future, I can also try to get some streaming for the Survivor version as well. So let's see. Well, one of the bigger problems here is that my screens, I mean, I'm just having like my screens are both flickering so bad right now that it's getting kind of difficult here to actually do anything. So I might have to take a break here and figure out what's going on with my computer. I redid my office this morning, and I guess I may have bumped something in the processor or something. I'm not sure what's going on here, but hopefully this is not a bigger issue. So I'm going to actually take a break here and see if I can fix this issue, and then I'll be back on here shortly. Thank you, guys. Be a little bit easier to actually see what you guys are saying if the screens are working. So it's never a dull moment. All right, guys. Cheers. I'll be back here in a second.